the previous episode, she shared her story about how substance and drug abuse almost ruined her and nearly broke her family. I am Tanny, your host, and welcome to The Tanny Show. And now let us welcome our guest, Gabby. Hello, Gabby.
Hi, Tanny. How are you?
So good to see you again.
Nice to see you again.
Oh, awesome. Take a seat.
Thank you.
Take a seat. You look lovely.
You too.
You look different from the last time I saw you.
You're glowing.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Gabby. So we had an amazing episode the last time.
Yes.
And, you had me feeling all sorts of ways, and I'm sure everyone else did. And we're waiting for the rest of your story.
Yes.
So where did we leave it off?
Oh, we left it when I came back to Zimbabwe, having to reconnect with my family and what I had to go through, entertainment industry-wise, being involved in substances as an entertainer as well. And we left it off there.
Yeah. Okay, so now take us right into what tapped you on the shoulder and made you start your journey to recovery?
I was doing projects like Pashtandara Prodigies, which was, it included kids. Okay. And I remember on TV with Zaza, it was like, wakadzi vaisabvumza pamatare. And so pataiwachira paipai nekutaura nyaya vana vachitamba painzi Pashtandara. And so I wanted to create this positive fraternity where kids are not exposed to drugs and substances, and they find positive influences and role models for them to look up to, ipapo. And so my mom would say, "Tanga iwewe waita se wapor."
Okay, so you wanted to do this, but you are still there. You are still in the world, but you were desiring to make a change for others.
Yes. Okay. Yes. And this is what I think was kind of my tap. That thing you could see. I want to see this happening because in Maziri. So let me try and bring a community or a group of people who are not doing it and find myself there so that I no longer find myself in the bad spaces where I'm taking substances. So my mom would say, "Kebi vana vevanhu. Urukunza vana vevanhu, and then vana vevanhu voya chikuona voti vari kutandara nemunhu anogara akadhakwa. Tanga waita sei? Tanga wazvigadzirisa,
Yeah.
And I didn't know, mommy, but I just go oneka. And of course, I thought I saw oneka at that time. But, I was also suffering through some really serious depression. And I had lost weight, 45 kgs, bro.
Let's talk about this picture.
Yes.
Gabby, can you recognize yourself when you look at this? Because I can't. I can't recognize you.
What, is it the bald head?
Just, it's everything. You look so much smaller. I can tell in a picture that you are worn out.
Yes.
Can you, oh my God. Okay, so now you were looking like that, but
yes. I was looking like that. And at the same time, I needed to represent Miss Africa because Miss Africa has her own image that she has to portray. And I had to balance out my emotional, my mental state and, my battling my addiction at the same time being Miss Africa and being needed on stage, being needed to represent a certain kind of image. And that was very tight for me because then I'd have my mom always saying, "Gabs, you can still do this, but get better."
Would you perform high?
I couldn't perform high. Unfortunately for me, which is what I didn't understand about most artists, that when they get intoxicated, that's when they're their best. For me, cheapo, it's a gift from God. And if I am drunk, then everything is drunk with me.
It shatters.
Yes, it's not something that I found. It's something that came from within me. So I couldn't perform when I was intoxicated, but I would get intoxicated after.
Okay.
So I then decided to go to rehabilitation. I called my mom and I was like, "Mom, it seems like I'm having issues with everybody. And if this is the case, maybe let me go for rehabilitation. Maybe if I come back, be myself, I can then go back and reestablish everything else I've started." And my mom said, "That's good news." Wow. And I went to International Wellness Center where I met Dr. Dewa. who is a very interesting character.
He's amazing. I've met him. He's
We
amazing.
bonded on a very good level, you know, and my mom was like, this is what I told you. I didn't know they had a meeting before about me going there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
my mom was like, you see, if she gets better and you guys work together, it's going to make some sense, you know. And Dr. Dewa took his time with me, and I went through the program like wholeheartedly. It wasn't because I was forced or anything like that. I wanted it for myself.
Was it difficult?
No, it was amazing.
So you enjoyed it because now you had just surrendered.
Yes. But then I realized I had anger issues, underlying anger issues because of my unresolved issues like
Okay.
and I ended through. So they stopped working on the substances because that wasn't the problem. The trigger was the anger.
There was something else behind the anger.
Yes.
And I'm sure that was triggered by something as well.
Family.
Oh, so we go back to the triggers.
Yes.
Oh, I see. So let's talk about your experience in rehab.
Yeah.
How long were you there for?
I was there for 3 months.
3 months.
Yes.
Did it feel like 3 months? Was it hard? Because I'm sure you had not stayed away from any kind of substance for that long since you were 16.
Yes. It wasn't difficult because, to be honest, I am a very assertive human being. When I decide to do something, I actually do it.
You go all the way.
All the way. And I get exhausted after. So it was more of, I want this for myself. But then my anger, I would get into fights a lot and I would beat up people. You know, like,
I get it.
Yeah.
So it was now the coming off the substance now really
Yes.
triggered the anger.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay. Gabby, you are now doing so much. How long have you been clean for?
I've been clean for what, I think 6 months now, 7
That's
months.
beautiful.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. And you're now doing so much work. I want to talk about what you are now doing after your recovery, what you've started in helping others. I see you've written stuff, the stuff you're writing as well. But before you tell us, we'll be right back. Welcome back. Gabby, tell us about all the work you are now doing post-recovery.
Post-recovery, I started Rondedzera Marondera. And this is Miss Africa's artistic way of dealing with social issues such as, you know, drug and substance abuse in the society and in our community. Rondedzera Marondera is basically asking Marondera to tell a story.
Okay.
And the story that Marondera is telling is hashtag Tsoka Mwana Wevu Bira.
Okay.
Hashtag Tsoka Mwana Wevu Bira is it's a drug prevention campaign that I'm doing, and it's happening every day of our lives until we at least retrieve all the people who have been suffering from drug and substance abuse back to their original selves. Wow. And this is very artistic because if you hold your panehana yako,
okay, I hold my heart.
Irukurola.
Yes, it's beating.
That's the drum.
Okay.
So the bira is already started. The drums are already drumming now. The drums, everybody, everyone in Zimbabwe has a drum that beats inside of them. They're walking drums. So it's beating. Okay. And then we have the dancers and everybody who's going to be part of the bira. That's everyone fighting drug and substance abuse. That's the rehabilitation centers. Those are the counselors. Those are the social workers. Those are the psychologists. And then the doro. We don't have alcohol. But I think that the tears of the mothers who've lost their children to abuse quantifies to that. Okay.
The liquid.
Yes, I think the alcohol is there. So we can bring back these kids, you know. So part and parcel of hashtag Zokamana Wevu is I have a drug education series called Rovangoma. Okay. And this Rovangoma has 2 editions, which is Chenjedza and Ziwanikwa. And this is where we create the Ngwijingwire Rudzi, the soldier of the tribe. You know, now we're coming back to Zimbabwe, the community kind of thing, where we're using indigenous knowledge to cultivate culture, tradition, to stop and prevent drug abuse. For example, it's very important for people to learn kuti wakabira amai vako chinumumba uchidanotenga madrugs ingosi.
Yes. Yes. Wow.
And amai vakatsamwa vakakuti handisisina basa neunotanda botso. In our culture, those things, they play a very huge role because that is how we have been raised, and it happens right in front of us. So I decided to use, like all these cultural kind of things and put them together because my name is Miss Africa. And I am a Bakalanga and the original Muroji.
Okay.
And Isusu, I believe, Anamamoyo, Mushamukadzi.
Yes.
So
true.
you do all you
Mushamukadzi.
can to make sure that you sustain and you preserve musha wako kana uri mukadzi. Kana ukaona vachirasika, you try so much kuti
Bring
uvadzose,
them
you know what I'm saying?
together.
So this is part of the drug education that I'm doing. So we have a book for kids. There's a coloring book, Ngwishingwire Rudzi,
Beautiful.
which has a superhero who's ready to fight drugs, say no to drugs.
And I see him there
Yes.
in his outfit.
Yes. And inside there, we have different characters. I've got an albino. I've got everything there is African people. Because I want association as well to play a very huge role. If we have kids associating themselves and how they look and how they feel to what they're seeing, they can learn much more better about drugs and substances. We've got coloring books for kids in ECD as well.
That's beautiful. So as they're coloring, there's something here helping them
learning about
be a
drugs.
leader.
Yes.
Just say no and help others do the same. That's what heroes do. That is beautiful. No drugs. Wow, beautiful. I'm happy you added culture in your story. It was just the other day I was having a conversation and I said, especially as Zimbabweans,
Yes.
we have been so disconnected to culture that it has left us, like you're saying, it's a home.
Yes.
It has left us homeless,
Yes.
should I say.
Yes.
It has. And once our children are brought up in culture is very much almost the same principles with religion.
Yes.
Once they grow up knowing, if I hurt my mom, if I do this, those things, they stick by you and they draw you back from going far in certain things.
That is true.
Wow, I'm just so happy about your method. I've never heard of this, but it's impressive.
Thank you.
It's impressive. We have, especially as Zimbabweans, we have to go back to our culture.
Yes. Natsa kwa unobva kwa unoenda usiku. Azvinzi kwakasviba. Zvinonzi usiku, implying that there might be need for you to bring some light with you. And that is the most important thing, I think. I don't know where it comes from, but then it overflows from me. Because the reason why I designed my name as Miss Africa, the double K is Kumshakwamai.
Hold that thought, Gabby. We are taking a commercial break. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Gabby, before our break, I had cut you off at KK.
Yes.
Let's talk about that.
The double K in Miss Africa is Kumshakwamai. Because the symbol that I wish to represent is one of a mother. Okay. And I think after all of this, it's Nengedzangano Zamai. And that's the name of the center that I am working on in Marondera. We've just started putting structures there. The place is called Ngano Zamai.
That's beautiful.
And it's part and parcel inspired by my mom as well. When I saw your invitation, I was very happy. I was glad that it was, godly centered, because part and parcel of everything else is the spiritual aspect. Next year, I'm going to go and study to become a pastor.
Oh, lovely. That's exciting.
And the guiding verse for all of this really is Psalm 51 verse 10. A new heart and a renewed right spirit within.
Wow.
And that has been probably the most inspiring part of it all, about everything that I've been doing. Even the catchy phrases. There's one here for myth. And this is something that happens when you're high on myth. You can read it.
Warning Mutoriro Hausibo. Meth has just killed kids, especially in Zim. It's like just a trend right now. 1 shot, 2 shot, Munuwese, ya suspect. You know, and I was hearing from Doc, he was telling me, these drugs now, once you take them once, you're hooked. That's it.
Yes.
There's no going back.
Yes.
Oh God. Gabby, I'm so happy and proud of your journey. Looking back, could you see yourself where you are now?
No.
You
and
didn't.
Yes. I think it's a half kind of thing.
Okay.
I didn't see myself as I am right now with the journey.
Okay.
But it has been something that I've been working towards.
Okay.
I don't know if that makes sense.
Yes, I get what you mean.
It's been something that I've been working towards and wanting to see myself become, but I didn't realize that I needed to go through a lot to get there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. But just looking at the really high missed up moment, Gabby, did you see yourself now clean, sober, doing amazing works? Did you see that?
Absolutely
you didn't
not.
see that
No.
coming? No.
I saw myself, overdosed in a tub,
Oh,
dead,
wow.
and it's everywhere. Miss Africa gone,
Wow.
I used to say that by the time I turned 30, guys, you're going to hear a story about me overdosed on drugs in a tub, just like Whitney Houston.
You were even expecting it?
Yes.
What has your change done for your family and your relationships? Because I know it affects so many relationships, like you told us earlier. Now, what is it like with your family?
We are close. My mom is my best friend. I
That's
tell her everything.
beautiful.
My dad is also my confidant and the number one man I look up to.
Wow.
Just recently, my dad told me I'm beautiful, and I
Oh,
was so shocked
wow.
because these are like things you expect to get from your father, because the first man a girl falls in love with is her father.
Wow.
And him giving me these positive compliments and supportive of the things that I'm doing is amazing. My brothers, they love the woman that I'm becoming. They're saying,
Wow. Wow.
When they answer the call, they're like, Auntie G. So it's like the connection I wanted when I came back in 2019 is happening.
Is what you have now. Oh, wow. I'm so happy for you. And mostly I'm happy you have, I mean, it's a process, but at least I'm happy the journey has started with your recovery, with your family.
Yeah.
Because that's the most beautiful thing.
Yes.
That's the most beautiful thing. I'm so happy, Gabby.
Thank you.
I'm also just, I see so much of the hand of God in your story. He's done exceedingly and abundantly beyond what you could imagine.
Yes.
You imagined yourself dead, but look
Yes.
at what he has done for you. Wow.
That is true.
What a testimony. What a testimony. That is so beautiful.
I even
Gabby.
have 3 extra people that have gone through my program.
Wow.
They're going to work now.
Wow.
They are clean.
Wow.
And they're living the best of their lives.
That is beautiful.
And that's, a testimony for me as well, because I love the fact that the people that have gone through #Zokamanawevu, Kamshakangu IOP, they're getting something from it and they're becoming better people. Even their families are happy with the kind of people that they're turning out to be.
I'm so proud of you. I'm
Thank
so
you.
proud of you. Gabby, our experiences that we go through, good or bad, they are us gathering evidence. We are here to testify of the goodness of the Lord.
That is true.
And the evidence you have gathered, you cannot deny the hand of God in your story.
That is true.
It's like a story up in court. the evidence has to be overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
When someone asks you, who is your God and what has he done for you? When I look at your life, I cannot deny God. I
That is
cannot
true.
deny
Thank
him.
you.
Wow, it's just so awesome, so beautiful. I am proud of your story. I am
Thank
proud
you.
of you. May God continue to bless the works you are doing. May he keep just working in you in every area, in every part, and just restore what the enemy stole from you.
Yes.
Because all those years, the enemy was stealing and taking away from you. But I pray for a complete restoration for you.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for inviting me.
It's been a
Yes.
pleasure. Your story has been amazing from part one. You took us through everything. Is this your first time really coming out about your story?
No, this is not the first time.
Okay.
Yeah, but this is the first time I've had to say it in the manner in which that I've said it.
Wow. And how does it feel?
Exonerating.
That's beautiful.
Yes.
I'm sure you are even feeling proud of yourself.
Yes.
Wow. God bless you.
God bless you too.
bless
Thank you so much.
I want to tell you that whatever you are going through, you are gathering evidence to be a testimony of God's love. Do not be discouraged, but you will testify. I want to invite you to give your life to Jesus Christ right now. He's the one who can turn around your story. Do not be discouraged. He's done it for Gabby. He can do it for you. You can repeat this prayer after me. Oh Lord God, I believe in my heart in Jesus Christ that he died for me. I confess with my mouth that he is the Lord of my life. In him and through him, I receive eternal life. I am now a child of God. Congratulations for giving your life to Jesus Christ. And that is it on today's episode. God bless you.